So just a few weeks ago, we were discussing that Gen Z says dating is too expensive and they're spending less money and less time dedicated to dating because it's not something that they can fit into their budget. And I think that the report we looked at a few weeks ago claimed they're spending maybe $150 per date, which is kind of crazy.
Good grief.
Now this new report says they are actually spending $0 for the most part on dating. They have completely sworn it off because they can't afford it. This is according to a new survey from Bank of America about young adults. Confronted with higher living costs, 72% of young adults take action to improve their financial health, and that includes not dating and not socializing. This says, when it comes to their relationships, financial responsibility and transparency are important to Gen Z. Gen Z continues to be open about their finances, often setting boundaries with friends about what they can and can't afford to do.
Well, does that mean like in the context of like hanging out?
Yes.
Like bro's like,
Yes.
yo, you want to go to Thistle and Thorn and get a $40 burger?
can't.
And he's like, bro, I got money
Can't
for
do
like
it.
the dollar menu that doesn't exist
So
anymore.
I think that the platonic friendship part of this is more sad. It says 2/3 of Gen Z says that they do not feel pressured by their friends to spend beyond their means, but just under half of Gen Z say they are comfortable declining social opportunities and admitting that it's because they can't afford to participate. In response to a rising cost of living, about a quarter of Gen Z reported passing on social events with friends to combat their expenses. And then in the dating world, it says Gen Z is not spending on dates. Over half, 53% spend $0 a month on dates, and 28% say they spend less than $100 per month on dates. That's true of both men and women. Mm-hmm. It's 53% of Gen Z men spending zero, and 54% of Gen Z women say the same. And then 25% of men spending less than $100 per month on dates, which probably means that they're just going on like one, maybe two dates per month. Mm-hmm. And those who reported being in relationships spent more. 43% of Gen Z that are in a relationship and not living together spent $100 to $100 a month. Similarly, 48% of those in a relationship and living together spent the same amount. And they also said that the factors of someone's financial behaviors, financial responsibility, and attitudes about money matter more to Gen Z women than Gen Z men, probably because they're thinking about finding a husband who can provide financially.
I mean, in this day and age, is that even realistic, given the fact that women are out earning men now and are graduating college at higher levels? Like, are the women actually like out there waiting for a guy to provide for them? Or are they doing exactly what feminism and culture has bred them to do, which is to make their own money and just let the chips fall where they may?
Well, and you also like women that you can't gauge off of that because men, it's like college football. Like men, we have a recruitment budget and then we have our operational budget. Yeah. And there's a huge discrepancy between those two budgets. Like we can't keep up that level for more than like 3 dates. You need to call the boosters up, be like, hey, look, we want to have a big season this year.
Look,
money's not there.
You're an alumna. Like you wanna help out.
Yeah,
which in this case,
like uncle to borrow
it's your
money.
parents. Yeah. You're like, look, I'm gonna need you to donate to the bake sale. By literally mean like ingredients so I can bake her a cake.
I kind of hate that the president of consumer retail and preferred banking at Bank of America is using the word adulting. But she said,
very upsetting.
The cost of adulting is high, but Gen Z isn't giving up. They're getting savvy. They're not breaking the bank for love. And that is completely untrue based on their findings. A huge amount of Gen Z, a majority of Gen Z, has completely given up on dating because of the costs.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is supposed to be like some sign for hope. 66% of Gen Z just say that they don't feel pressure to spend money on social occasions in general.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just it's reflective of like different generations. Like there was a fear of missing out. There was FOMO back in the day with your friends. I think it might be partially like now you have your phone to keep you company if you don't go do anything. So you're like, okay.
You're just going to see the posts of everybody who did go the next day.
I mean, literally, like, people are like, who cares? I'm going to go look at my favorite. I'm going to go look at Katie Feeney interviewing somebody, apparently. But I just don't feel like it's the same. And also maybe what a lot of the article said to me was like they're thinking a lot about the future rather than living in the moment, which might actually be a good thing. Like you're thinking ahead. Like when I was in my 20s, not a lot of people seemed to think about their future financial situation, maybe because it was not quite. I mean, I became an adult during the, right before the 2008 recession. So it's like everything was awful. So you just kind of took the good times where you could.
Yeah, I was just kind of ruminating on a couple of concepts recently. First off, the concept of being a millennial in like 2010, getting off of work, not even changing out of my business attire, going to the club. There's a really good song playing. It's probably like Jay Sean is playing. And like I'm buying drinks for $7 each. And the party is pumping and the drinks are flowing and everything is okay and Obama is president and we have hope and change. And then another thing I was thinking about is like being a millennial who graduates college with like $200K in student debt in like 2012. Moving to LA, affording rent in LA after getting hired to work at BuzzFeed, and going to a boutique acai bowl restaurant with my coworkers on my lunch hour.
Yeah. I never actually saw, granted, I didn't go to a lot of nightclubs, but I did go to a fair amount of like, live music venues. I never saw the trend of the people who were wearing work attire. Because it was mostly scene kids and
but that was a real thing.
Or hipsters.
That was a real thing that like millennials would double their office clothes as their club clothes.
Yeah. So that's a precursor to the office siren.
I guess so. Yeah, like it was business casual at the club every night.
Yeah, you can tell like there's definitely a sense of cautiousness. And like one upside, I suppose, of the cautiousness is the divorce rate is down pretty significantly compared to where it was like 10, 20 or 30 years ago. Because Zoomers aren't getting married. So when they get married, they're like for sure like, oh, this is the person. So it's like the cautiousness
it hasn't been long enough to tell though.
Yeah, you can tell the divorce rate's gone down. And
but they haven't stood the test of time if they've gotten married relatively recently.
Yeah, but I mean, like I think it only takes like 5 years. I think on average the divorce, like the average
it
takes 5 years for the average divorce to like happen.
The longer you're together, the less likely divorce is anyway.
Yeah. And then like younger millennials kind of have some of the same dating trends that older Zoomers had anyway. So I mean, and it just makes sense. Like, people are being much more. The only people I know that get married are like head over heels for each other. I don't know anybody that's like, I guess I'll get married. But that was like pretty common with Gen X.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of feel optimistic about Gen Z parenting. Because they're so averse to the idea of starting families anyway. The ones who do are already anomalies, and they're going to be anomalies in the way that they parent their kids as well, hopefully in a good way.
I think they'll be more conscientious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
I Tim laughed at me when I said this, but I think it's true. Is I've noticed a lot of my friends have gotten married, and at their weddings, the men are always crying when the wife comes down the aisle, or the bride comes down the aisle. And I think what's happening there is they're realizing how rare marriage is and like how much of a feat this is. So it's probably pretty overwhelming.
Yeah.
And Tim's like, oh no, it's because they're babies. And I'm like, that's maybe part of it. But I think to a degree, it's like, hey, this is a huge feat.
Is it gay to love your wife?
yeah, exactly.
Is it
but I'm
gay
like,
to love your
this
wife?
this is so rare to see.
Yeah.
So it's like a huge feat. That's why it's.
I'm gonna have to. So wait, does that mean that I'm supposed to?
Are you planning to cry at your wedding? Are you planning not to?
I'm gonna find a solid middle ground of two welling.
Okay.
Then stop.
Okay, so sniffles, but no tears.
Sniffles, welling, maybe
one.
Maybe this.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
But and the thing is, we're gonna do a first look, so none of y'all will see it anyways.
Got it. Got it.
Because I wouldn't want to be called a baby for loving my wife.
We have a 20.
That's like the gayest thing ever.
It's so gay.
We have a 20 from Mason Miller. As always, I'm late to watching. I was thinking about Lil Tay yesterday, and I blame Hollywood, specifically shows like Game of Thrones. We watched Arya start the show portraying an 11-year-old, and right when she would be 18, she shows tits. I mean, is it Hollywood, or can we place the blame on her family that like put her on social media.
Yeah,
you know,
that was like that's why she disappeared, right? Because like her family was like insane. And,
yeah,
like, it was like her mom was like pimping her out or something.
I mean, she claims that her dad was
or is the dad doing
abusive and that she's on good terms with her mom, but I don't think that any of her family had her best interests
in
mind.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
but those videos were good. Like she was like 12 years old telling me I was poor.
Olivia says bread is allowed one single tier. If it is more than one, the wedding is off.
Whoa.
Okay.
Tim got to her.
It's official.
There's such a great skit opportunity there. Like one comes out and then like you're like fighting for your life on that second one. Like
or like the tough guys in cartoons, you suck it back in.
Yeah. Anyways, that's I think that maybe them being more thoughtful to the future. I saw somebody in the chat earlier say they're not thinking about the future, they're worrying about it. That feels like a
great way to put it.
That feels like maybe the idea here is that I thought of that as a distinction without a difference, but maybe that's because I'm a worrier.
No,
I'm a worrier by nature. So
it's that they feel powerless, so they aren't planning for the future. They are just worrying about it. In fact, one of the questions that they were asking Gen Z in this survey is about how often they buy themselves little treats, like the sweet treat culture, and it was most of Gen Z that admitted that they do that on a weekly basis at minimum.
It's something to keep you from like literally it's like the meme, never kill yourself.
That's why Labubu's are a recession indicator, because it is a sort of consumerist sweet treat of sorts where you're not like gonna put yourself in the financial hole by thousands of dollars, but you're gonna be spending like maybe a few hundred on rare Labubus because it's all that you can afford in the short term, and you're only thinking in the short term because of your anxiety.
And they always said that, like the articles that I used to read was like that's why they spend like the ones who aren't eating out, they buy like high ingredient, like really good ingredients at the grocery store. Like the ones who are more thoughtful about how they look are like, I'm not spending it all on DoorDash. That's a subset of people. They're like, I go to the grocery store and I buy like the really expensive, what is that? Like the cinnamon butter.
Oh,
that costs like a fortune. It's like, because you know what?
Go to Logan's and get it.
Yeah, like because if I'm gonna be poor the rest of my life and never own a house, I'm having cinnamon butter.
Well, speaking of planning for the future, I did want to also mention that Gen Z women have come up with a new creative way to vet potential husbands by inviting them from dating apps to their apartment to construct their IKEA furniture.
Do not do it, men. Do not look. If they're gonna complain about what is it? Those emotional labor at home. If they're gonna complain about unequal emotional labor, do not build her that chair.
Single women are using Hinge to get their furniture built by Matches for free. It felt like getting the boyfriend experience on a first date.
TaskRabbit is screwed.
This is a worse scandal than the women.
They're calling it the Bob the Builder trend.
This is a worse scandal than the women who go out on dates just to get free meals. This is worse.
This is undercutting.
We do it? Yes, we can.
If TaskRabbit was taxis, then Bob the Builder dating is Uber, and it's gonna destroy it.
I mean, this is primarily a
like
problem.
The hell with this woman looking so happy.
You're inviting a strange man into your apartment. Like that's never a good idea.
Yeah, strange, like inviting contractors over.
Yeah.
She's looking for men who's like contractor by day, bachelor by night. She's like, perfect.
She's on there, sort by Hispanic or Latino.
I think if she provides the snacks, it's fine.
No, like it's like the meme that's like, it's like if you're in your 30s, like it's no longer okay to offer your friends pizza and beer to help you move.
I mean,
I still
hire a mover.
I still fall for that though.
I think like
Kellen's about to get me with
sitting crisscross applesauce on the carpet, getting carpet marks in your legs, drinking some wine, and making IKEA furniture is a bonding exercise. Just not for a first date.
You know what do you do afterwards? Then you're like, can I keep like half the furniture? Like,
I don't want a woman present when I'm trying to snap together IKEA furniture. I get so mad.
Is it too much pressure?
Then,
I get
then
mad.
You know what it is? Then you know what it is?
Like these Swedish idiots.
Then you Uno reverse and you bring over a bunch of ingredients and you're like, oh, look, I gotta make a lasagna for my mom for family dinner tomorrow. You make the lasagna. I'll build the furniture.
That's genius.
You can even rope the guy into a second date if you say, hey, I don't know what happened, but like the furniture fell apart after you left and like you need to come fix it. You did something wrong.
We should be testing each other for traditional like roles. So it's like, okay, then you throw together, like a casserole. I'll handle the cupboard. Yeah,
what if she's like, oh, can you help me put together this furniture? And he sits down and he's like, could you make me a sandwich quick? Like,
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, but
There's
that's
nothing
only
wrong
fair.
with that. I
you
think
know?
that's great.
Yeah.
I said, like, I think this is fine as long as, first of all, it's not the first date, and if she provides the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she has to cook it. None of this ordering. Otherwise, she's gonna be like, well, why don't I just
Well, a
order
sandwich-
like
It's
a
a factor
You
meal
don't
in the
cook
microwave.
You don't cook a sandwich.
Oh, you can cook a sandwich.
I mean, you could, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
most
She's
of them
got a
not.
like air fryer.
Yeah, this ain't
air
Jimmy
fryer.
John's.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.